So hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. In this class, I'm going to show you how to get over your blocks and finally get your course out there. And as I mentioned in the kind of emails, get your course out of your dream and into your bank balance, because that is the aim of this, that you create something that you absolutely love and that makes you money. So if you are curious about making money from online courses, or you have tried but not yet succeeded for some reason, this class is for you. In it, I'm going to uncover the 6 biggest blocks that commonly stop people making money from online courses and how you can move past them. And to help you believe this is even possible for you, I'm going to share my own painful journey, or bits of it at least, from my first attempt at selling an online product through to my biggest mistakes along the way, and to how I eventually stumbled upon a system for success. I'm going to reveal the biggest pricing mistake I see people making, and how you can get my help in getting your first course out into the world and making you money. And I'm going to show you how you can get our brand new course launch planner and use our exact template for launching courses for free. But most of all, I hope this class, as I said, inspires you to create your own online product and start making money. So before I start, I want to introduce myself because I know some of you don't know who I am. So very briefly, I'm Hannah Martin. I am the founder of Talented Ladies Club. My background is in advertising, where I was an award-winning copywriter with over 23 years experience, working for some of the world's top agencies and brands in Hong Kong and London. I launched TLC as an online magazine in 2013 with my friend Carrie. We had no experience whatsoever and no idea in how to ever make money. But since then, I have grown the business to include online courses, masterclasses and memberships. And we've just hit the proud milestone of over 100,000 new visitors every month on the site. And our courses have become hugely successful and profitable. Today, I'm a regular media expert and business trainer. I've written social media training for Google. I'm a business mentor for NatWest Entrepreneur Accelerator Programme with a specialism in marketing. And I'm a member of 2 all-party parliamentary groups in the House of Commons, Women in Work and Women in Enterprise. And for the latter, I'm part of a research subgroup looking at coaching and mentorship for women. As you're about to hear, it's been a long and sometimes hard journey to get here. But I hope in this webinar, I can shortcut your success and save you some of the mistakes that I have made along the way. So to start, let's wind back the clock 6 years when I launched our first online product. This was a business and freelance membership club that I called Activate. Now, I knew nothing about creating and selling online products at the time. So I was going to check out fear that I wasn't recording, but I am, that's fine, that's good. So I knew nothing, as I said, about creating and selling online products at the time. And there was very little out there that I could learn from. I was literally learning as I went along, and I got a lot wrong. I hated the price. So I'm just going, there you go. So to start with, I priced it far too cheaply. I hated the name. Like, in fact, it was the kind of thing like if you go to a chemist and you've got like a rash on your foot, you might ask for a tube of Activate. So I really didn't like the name. I over-delivered in product. I gave members far too much and I just overwhelmed them with content because I thought that the more you give people, the better value it is. One member even, she was genuinely being kind, but she emailed me to say that my business model didn't work and she just paid for 1 month's membership and downloaded all the content and left. So it didn't work, but it was my first go at creating anything online. And at that time, this was 6 years ago, there really wasn't hardly anything out there in the online course world, or at least in the kind of market I was delivering in. So I had nothing to really look at and no one to help me. So that was my first membership. Then my first online course really initially bombed massively too. So I created a Twitter course called Twitter Tune Up, and I decided to use a free challenge to build a warm audience of leads. So I created 10 days of Twitter tips email challenge, and I had over 325 people sign up for it, which was brilliant. I was really happy with that, and they loved the content. It was a huge success. At the end of the 10 days, I sent everyone on the challenge an email announcing the launch of my brilliant new Twitter course, and it was priced at the ridiculously low price of £65. And I gave them a 10% discount if they bought within a short period of time. And I didn't get a single sale, not one sale from 325 warm leads. I was really downhearted, but I was determined not to give up. So for the next month, I threw everything at selling that course. I did emails, social posts, ads, you name it, I tried it. And then I decided to run a webinar. None of this was planned, by the way. There was no master plan, no kind of putting things in sequence. I was literally in this kind of panic about what can I sell this course, ad hoc, trying everything I could do. So I ran a webinar, I prepared a class, and I offered, as an incentive, a Twitter formula worksheet if people signed up within 48 hours after watching the webinar. And I had over 40 people sign up for the class after that webinar. Not only that, but most of those 40 people had done my 10 days of Twitter tips. Now, I was surprised. They hadn't bought with a discount. They'd happily bought at full price. Now, this campaign taught me a lot about selling online courses. And over the years, I have since perfected my launch strategy. It is no longer this kind of throw everything out there and see what happens. Today, I not only fill places on my own courses and masterclasses, but I teach others how to sell places on theirs too. And I can tell you, few things look more satisfying than waking up to an inbox that looks like this, or being out, having fun with your family, or even away on holiday when it's allowed, and earning money. Now, the brilliant thing about an online course is that once you've created it, you can sell it as many times as you like with minimal effort, especially if you have perfected a launch plan for your course. Each time you sell it, you simply dust off your plan, plug in it, and play. Now, once created, courses truly give you a low effort income stream. I am hesitant to use the word passive because actually there is always some effort required, but it is much lower effort than constantly exchanging your time for money. And it's one that you can resell for many years to come. And yes, achieve that popular goal of making money while you sleep. But in order to make money while you sleep, you need two important things. You need to create a course that people need and will buy. And you need to have a course launch plan. Without these, people can and do spend weeks or even months trying to build a course, only to either fail to launch it or sell very few places on it. And that is really disheartening. I guess, as you know now, I've been there. So what makes a course sellable? There are a couple of important elements that you must get right. So first of all, you need to solve a real problem for people. And that is not a problem that you want to solve, it's one that they will pay to solve. And secondly, you need to find the perfect price point. You need to charge enough that people will recognize the value you offer and that will realistically give you a healthy return on your effort. Now let's talk about pricing. We're going to deal with one of the biggest errors that many new online course creators make, even people who are experienced in delivering training in other formats. So one of the biggest mistakes new course creators make is pricing too low, thinking that their course will be such a bargain, it will sell like hotcakes. Now, it's easy to fall for this mistake when creating online content because you have fewer direct costs when delivering the course, like travel and venue. And once you've actually created the content, it doesn't require much of your time. So often people who would normally price things based on their direct time and costs are suddenly left pretty much guessing the price. And as a result, they start lowering the price, reasoning that it doesn't cost them much to run and they want to attract as many people as possible. And they sort of think that if their course is a bargain, people will just be kind of flocking to buy it. But I can tell you now, the cheaper you make your course, the harder you'll find it to sell. In fact, one of my first career courses many, many years ago, I experimented with the pricing in about 4 launches. And each time, because I didn't really have much clue about pricing, I drastically changed the pricing. So I went from quite high to stupidly low. So each time I launched, I sold the same product with the same marketing. The only thing I changed was the pricing. And do you know the course had the lowest sign up? It was the cheapest. So if you're planning a course launch or any digital product, please make sure that you do the right research and you price appropriately for the product you are selling and for the profit that you want to make. And it's not just your sales that get easier when you price properly. It makes a huge difference to your profit. So this is such an important point, so much so that I'm going to illustrate how much a small increase in your price can make. So let's look at what happens to your profit, when you change the price of what you're selling. To start with, let's say you price something at the affordable price of £9. We're going to come back to that word, by the way, affordable, in a few moments. So at £9, you sell 5 places in your course or 5 digital products. At £9, you make £45. Okay, it's not profit because you've got costs, but that's your income. So we're going to use the word profit here, but let's be clear, that is not pure profit at that point. So you've made £45. Now, given how much work you've probably put into creating your product and selling it, that's not a great return. In fact, you're probably at a loss at that point. Even if you sell 10 places, you've only made £90. And incidentally, you'll find out, you've probably had to actively engage with 500 people to make that £90. If you manage to sell 100 people, you'll make £900. But again, to sell to 100 people, you need 5,000 people going through your sales funnel. That's a huge audience and a lot of work. So let's say you increase the price of your product to £29. What happens to your sales then? If you sell 5 places, you make £145. So you're already £100 up on that price increase. Sell 100 places, you make £290. That's a £200 increase. And if you sell 100 places and you make £2,900, that is £2,000 more. Just by increasing your prices by £20, you've made an extra £2,000. And to be honest, the difference in effort in selling those places is minimal. So what happens when you put your prices up to £49? You then make £245 for 5 sales, £490 for 10, and £4,900 for 100 sales. So at this point, just by pricing up £40 more per product, you make an extra £4,000. And trust me, when you know how to sell, as I mentioned, and if your product's generally worth £49, which I would think it probably would be, you won't find it harder to sell at that price. Like I said, there is no more effort required selling products at 49 than at 9. It's the same effort. But as you can see, the profit or income is drastically different. What happens though if you increase your price to £99 and if it's priced correctly at that price? So 5 places and you make £495. That's £450 more than 5 places at £9. Sell 10 places, you make £990. That's an increase of £900. And if you sell 100 places, you make £9,900. That is 110 times more than you would make selling a £9 product. As you can see, that is a huge difference. And often I will find that there'll be people who are pricing here at £9 or pricing at £29 when actually their products are worth £49 or £99. And you can see just the enormous profit that they're missing out on. So let's sink in a little for a moment. Create a product that you can sell for £99 and you earn £9,000 more for the same marketing effort, attracting the same number of buyers as you do making £900 for a £9 product. So you have the same number of people in the top of your funnel, and that's the difference in income. So let's look at this from a conversion rate perspective. Now, the average conversion rate for paid products like courses is between 1% and 2%. This means that 1% to 2% of people who engage your marketing, who've seen your emails, checked out your sales page, followed you on social media and read your social media posts. They had to see your social media posts, by the way. They can't just be on your social media following. It means 1% to 2% of them will buy. So to get one sale, you need at least 100 people, or around about 100 people. Now, let's say to be generous, your conversion rate is the top end of that, and it's 2%. So to make £9,900 when you're selling at £99, you need 5,000 people in your funnel. Okay, but if you want to make £9,900 and you're selling at £9, you need 55,000 people in your funnel. So 55,000 people have to be on your mailing list, be reading your social media posts, check out your sales page to make £9,900 if you're selling at £9. So that's 55,000 people reading your emails and clicking on your sales page. So if you're enthusiastically trying to sell online courses and digital products, and you've set yourself the ambitious goal of £10,000, which isn't an unreasonable number to set at all, I hope you can see that by pricing too low, you're just making that goal impossible. You know, I don't know how many of you watching this can honestly say that you have got 55,000 people you could put into your funnel. Even if you spend on social media ads, it's going to take so much money to bring in that number. This is why it is so important to get your pricing right, to crunch the numbers properly and project sales, because otherwise you might find yourself investing weeks of your life into something that is never destined to make you the money that you think you're going to earn or you've projected and you need to earn. And it's this gap between expectation and reality that floors so many new course creators, that makes them lose hope and think it's just them, that their course is no good, people just won't buy from them. It's also why it's so important to get experienced help when creating your first course, so you can avoid falling in the pricing gap and start out with the right price and realistic prospects. So there are two more things I want to say about pricing before moving on. Firstly, I am not suggesting that you simply hike up the price in your course as high as you can. It is really important that you price for genuine value. But most people, in my experience, don't do this. Often they underprice their courses mistakenly, thinking that the cheaper it is, the more they'll sell. But I hope the numbers we've just run through show you this is not a wise approach. I can also tell you that if you've priced for the value you offer and you have a great marketing plan, it's actually easier to sell at a higher price, because if you undervalue your course, people will assume it's not very good or it doesn't work. And just think back to that example I mentioned in my own experience with my career course. In launching it 4 times, same marketing, same product, the only thing I changed was price, I had the worst results at the lowest price. And I think one of those reasons is that people looked at what I was saying the course included, looked at what I was charging and just thought they didn't really marry, it didn't tally. And they obviously thought that if I was charging that little for a course, it can't have been very good. There's one more thing I want to mention regarding pricing, and that's the A word, affordability. I see so many people using affordability as their marketing hook. Or in other words, I made this cheap for you. People don't want cheap though. They buy courses for results, for a brilliant experience, to learn from the best. The only time that affordable works in marketing is if you're selling pound-and products. And even then, people will only want to buy them if they're doing the job they intended them to do. Okay, so I really want you to avoid ever using the word affordable in any of your marketing when promoting, well, anything you do really. And if you're suddenly feeling bad because that's on your sales page right now, please do not worry, because this is where I started out as well. All the mistakes I'm going to take you through in this webinar, I really only know about because I've done them and then I recognise them in other people. So I used the word affordable for many, many years until I realised actually how damaging it was to what I was doing. Before we move on, I want to just return to numbers for a minute, because I want to get you excited about online courses and the potential income you can make from them before we look at why you're not yet doing it. Okay, so when I help people to create and sell online courses, the average price most people start selling at for their first course is £199. Okay, so here's what your sales can look like if you sell a £199 course. So if you sell just 5 places and you charge £199, you will make £995. Sell 10 places and you've made £1,990. But if you work hard at your course, you build a reputation and sell consistently over the space of a year, and over that year, you get 100 students going through your course, that course can bring in an extra £19,900 to your income. And to put it into perspective, you only need to enroll 2 students a week to make £19,990 at 199, it's a bit of a tongue twister. Basically, you only need 2 students a year to do that, to get 100 people a year, or four cohorts of 25 people if you run cohorts rather than an evergreen course. So four cohorts of 25 people, and that will bring you in nearly £20,000. And the brilliant thing about online courses is once you've created the course and planned your marketing strategy and created your marketing content, you're simply repeating it with minimal effort. It's one of the simplest and most fun ways to earn extra money in your business. And just to get you even more excited about the potential of online courses, a friend of mine who works in the wellness sector recently created her very first online course. And she launched it to a list of less than 500 people, 2 of whom were cold prospects. They were brand new to her list. They didn't really know her at all. Now, she had a 14-day sales period and she sent out 3 emails and she had a sales page. And she made over £20,000 from that first launch. And do you know how she did that? It's because she had the confidence to price her course for the value it offered, which was £2,000. So she went out with her first course and she decided, and it clearly was worth that because people have paid for it and they're well into the course now and people are really happy. No one has asked for a refund. She offered a 7-day money back guarantee and everyone who's done the course has been really happy with it. So I tracked her conversion rate because I helped her with this, and her conversion rate was 2.4%. Now, that's not an exceptionally large conversion rate. Don't forget, the conversion rate on average is 1 to 2%. So it wasn't outside the bounds of normality. And because her conversion rate was that level, I don't think that she would have had any more students had she priced it cheaper. Now, had she not had the confidence to boldly go, and she did have nerves, and I had to kind of talk her around because at one point she wanted to reduce her price because she was a bit scared, and I told her to hold her nerve. I don't think she would have had any more students on that course had she reduced the price, say £199, because her conversion rate was normal. So, but she would have made a lot less money. So I've got a question for you to think about after this class. Can you go away and think what course you could create for £2,000? There is nothing to say that you can't, like my friend, go out with your very, very first course. She never created courses before, was just absolute newbie to it, and she priced £2,000. There will be some of you watching this, if not many of you, who could easily, if you had the confidence, create a program that's worth £2,000. You only need 10 people signing up to a £2,000 program, and you've made £20,000. So I don't want you to think that's not out of the realms for you too. Creating courses can be incredibly profitable if, like my friend, that you get it right and you've got the nerve to go and do it. But even with all that potential waiting for you, so many people I speak to stop short of actually starting work on their course, or they start work and they never really sell. And as a result, they miss out on a brilliant potential income. So to help you, I've listed 6 of the most common blocks that I see stopping people. So I want you to see how many of these that you relate to, how many of these might be stopping you from making £20,000 on your first course launch. So the first one is, I don't have a course in me. This is such a common misconception that I want to help you get rid of it straight away. Anyone can teach someone something. We all have knowledge or experience that others don't have. And if that knowledge or experience solves a problem someone would pay to get rid of, or help them achieve a desirable goal, then you can create an online course that will sell. You don't need to be a world-renowned expert in a subject or have recognised qualifications to be allowed, in inverted commas, to create an online course, nor to be able to fill spaces on it. In the past year, I have helped dozens of freelancers and small business owners create and sell their first online course, and their subject areas were wonderfully diverse. As you can see here, this is just a selection of some of the expertise that they have sold in online courses. Now, some of these people had professional qualifications and years of experience in their field. Others had simply learned how to solve a problem themselves and created a course to show others how to get the results they have. Put simply, if you can show someone how to solve a problem or achieve a goal, then you can create an online course. And this is the same approach that I have done in all the courses I've created. So in TLC, I have created dozens of courses, masterclasses, and programs. And in all of them, what I've done is I've had a problem that I've had to solve. And when I've worked out how to solve it, I've realised, I've looked behind me and realised there's always people like a few rungs down the ladder from me who are also dealing with the same problem. So all I've done is I've created a course that helped people, show people what I did to get to where I was. And I stopped them doing all the kind of effort that I made working out the right way. It's about giving someone a map and kind of going, forget all these paths, just take the M1, because like all the other roads, like they might be pretty, but they'll take you for hours and they'll cost you more money. Here's the right road to take. That's all I've done creating online courses, and it's been really successful. And in some ways, it's better because my real expertise is copywriting. Like I said at the beginning, I spent 23 years as an award-winning copywriter. I'm a brilliant copywriter. I literally have won some of the top awards in the industry and worked with the biggest brands and agencies. But because I've done copywriting so long, it's almost become innate to me now. I do copywriting without thinking. And it's actually really hard for me to create a copywriting course. I have never taught people copywriting, like taught a proper copywriting course, because I don't know what it feels like to not understand how to write. Writing came naturally to me. It's a natural talent I had, and I learned how to use my natural talent in copywriting like when I was in my early 20s. That was so long ago that I can't understand what it's for like not to know it. So I've never created a course in my core expertise, but I have created courses in things that I wasn't good at and I had to consciously learn and get really good at. So if you're listening to this and you do have an expertise and you can create a course out of it, brilliant, go and do that. If you've got qualifications and a career that you want to share, do that. But equally, if you can just show someone like me how to get a result that you've got, then go and teach them that. That's all they need to know. They don't need to know years of theory. They just want the result that you've got. So I really hope that helps make you have confidence that you will have a course in you. Somewhere you've got something you can teach someone else what to do. So the second one is, I don't know how to teach. So if you have never created an online course before, it is easy to assume it's a complex process that only a few people can master. But again, I'm happy to bust this myth too. Now, to create a brilliant online course that will genuinely help people, you do not need a degree in education, nor do you need proper teaching experience. You just need to understand the journey that people will go on and what they need to take them from A to B. With a little bit of guidance and structure, help to know what to put in and what to leave out. That's really important as well. Do not stuff your courses full of theory. You can easily plan a brilliant online course. And I have helped dozens of people do exactly that. The woman I mentioned earlier, my friend who made over £20,000 in her first course, like I said, she'd never created an online course or any course at all. But she followed the process in create and sell your online course, create and sell your first course. And she came up with a product that people needed and wanted to buy. And delivering the course is wonderfully easy too. With the right technology, you do not need deep pockets, not advanced technical skills. You can put together a professional looking course for free with easy to use technology that even your children can master. And I just want to reassure you now, I am not a techie person, but I build my own online courses using our course platform, which is Thinkific. Anyone can join it. It is so easy to use. So you do not need to be a teacher. It is really easy to create great online content if you just know a few core principles. So if you've got over the first two hurdles, this one can really take the wind out of your sails. Someone has already created a course similar to yours and it looks good. Or maybe there are lots of people out there doing it. Either way, it doesn't matter because it's actually a good thing. Why? Because firstly, it tells you there's a market for your course. And secondly, it gives you great resource material. You can see how these people sell their courses and what you think they're doing right and what opportunities they've missed. And it's not as if you're necessarily going to be going head to head with them. You'll have your own unique experience, approach, and even target market. Your course will be uniquely you for your unique audience. You're not creating an identical copy, far from it. The approach to creating a course that we teach will also ensure that even if someone has a similar course out there, it will never be exactly like yours. Now, not having time is an understandable barrier, especially right now. But let me reframe this for you. How would you love to be making more money in 2 months' time while spending less time on your business. By finding a time now to finally make your dream real and creating and selling an online course, you'll potentially buy yourself time for months, if not years to come. And it's easier than you may think to find the time now. When I created Talented Ladies Club 8 years ago, I was working full-time as a freelance copywriter. I had a 7-year-old son at primary school and a 3-year-old daughter who only went to nursery 2 half days a week. So just basically 1 day a week in effect. And I was keeping my house running as my husband worked 12-hour days commuting to London. Yet with all of that, I was able to find the time to conceive, plan, write, and launch a 100-page website, TLC, in just 4 months. How? So firstly, I started tracking exactly where I spent my time each day. And I quickly realised that if I reduced my dead time activities, and I'm going to confess something really embarrassing here to you, they were scrolling through Facebook and surfing the Daily Mail sidebar of shame. So I was reading about what celebrities I didn't even know about because I didn't watch their shows, like what they were doing and what was going on in their relationships. But like I was wasting so much time a day on activities that really just didn't serve me at all. And I realised that if I just cut those out, I could find several hours a week for my business, and I'd also feel better about myself, which was true. So firstly, that's the first thing I did. I found time, and I found time in my week. And secondly, I valued myself and my goal enough to prioritise it. Now, it's really easy to make excuses as to why we can't do things now. But if not now, when? There will always be excuses. And if not you, who's going to do this? Why not you? Can you imagine seeing someone else come out with the course that you wanted to create and being successful? How would that feel? The people who achieve things and earn the rewards aren't the people with the most time, the most opportunity, and the most money. They're the people who just wanted it enough to make it happen. They sacrifice smaller things for bigger goals. So can you wake up an hour earlier in the morning? Can you give up an hour of TV in the evening? Can you ask your partner to look after the kids if you have them at 2 hours at the weekend so you can work? These are all things that I did and still do sometimes. If I need extra time, I will still, if I want to create something that's really ambitious and my business is really busy, I give up things, or I look for ways to fit this time into my day. If I really want something, I'll make it happen. And the same goes to you. If you really want it, you'll find a way to make it happen. You will not let time be the thing that stops you from achieving your dreams. Or maybe you haven't created a course or tried to sell one you've worked on yet because you're worried no one will buy it. And not only will you waste your time, but you'll feel awful. And if you get to the root of that, you're really afraid of failing. And you know what? Let's be honest here. You may not sell out your first launch. You might do, but you may not. I didn't. As you know, I had loads of failures before I had successes. There are a few things that we are immediately good at, but that doesn't have to stop you. And it certainly does not mean that you won't be a success once you learn. Today, my business turns out a significant amount of money every single month, but I did not get there overnight. I learned from every mistake and I got gradually better at selling. It's also important to remember that even if people don't buy on one launch, it doesn't mean they're not interested in what you're doing. They might not be ready to buy yet, but they'll stay on your mailing list, they'll gather more information, they'll get to know you better, and they'll be ready to buy on later launch. Or your first launch may not just be the right time for them. There are so many reasons why they don't buy at that time, but may buy in future. But there's one thing for certain though, you will not get any sales if you don't try. That's a certainty. There is no certainty in going out and trying a course, but there is certainty in not trying, and that is you'll get nothing. By trying and learning, you're always one step closer to success, as I was. Everything I did took me one step closer. And who knows, you may just have success the first time you launch. My friend was really nervous when she launched her course, and she almost gave in to her nerves and slashed the price. Because when she sent her first email out, she just thought, as we all do, that she was going to get loads of sales rolling in. She got one sale from her first email. The nerves hit, and she spoke to me, we called me up and we had a conversation about it, and she wanted to cut her price. But I told her to hold her nerve, and it paid off, just like it could do for you. I also want to reassure you that no one is born a brilliant salesperson, or very few people are naturally. everyone learns. And there are some simple strategies you can follow that would drastically increase the sellability of your course and make it really easy for you to market your course and be comfortable doing so. These are things that I've learned that really, I'm not a natural saleswoman at all. I was really uncomfortable selling when I started, and I've had to learn. I'm comfortable selling today because I've learned how to sell naturally in a way that works for me, and I can teach you that too. And the final block that stops most people from creating an online course is the fear that there is so much available for free that no one's going to buy. Why buy? They can get it out there. The truth, it's a lovely picture, isn't it? Someone's underwear in a washing machine. That is not my washing machine, just from transparency. The truth is that people always have the option of finding a free way to solve their problem. And some will opt for that over spending money. That's true. But the free solution is rarely the best. It's often slower than paying for high quality help. It's more frustrating. And you're not always sure the free help you're getting is right. People rarely give away their best insights and strategies for free. That's why most people understand that just because something is free doesn't mean it's worth their time and hope. That they'd rather pay for a specialist to give them the right result faster and more painlessly. So think about it. If your washing machine broke down, you might read the instructions and look online and see there's a quick fix. But if that didn't work, you'd call out a technician and spend between £50 and £100 getting it professionally repaired. Yes, you could watch free online tutorials on taking apart your washing machine and order spare parts online, but the chances are you'd waste your time and just get frustrated trying something you're not good at. You risk doing even more damage to your machine and may have misdiagnosed the issue and wasted money on the wrong parts. You may even not be able to put your washing machine back together again at all and have to buy a new one. Given all the hassle, frustration, time, and potentially money you might spend trying to fix it for, inverted commas, free, most people would prefer to pay the technician. And the same principle applies to whatever expertise you are selling. Yes, there will be people who will try the free approach, but many more people prefer to just shortcut the pain and pay for the right help from the outset. Plus, you'll find people who tried the free route may well come back to you later, happy to pay after their experience in trying to fix it for free. And this is something I've learned as well. When I first started out in business, I tried doing everything for free or for cheap. I'd buy the cheapest software or look for free versions of software that weren't quite as good, but I could just try and eat my way with them. And I tried kind of I'd watch free webinars and try to piece together their advice and see if I could work it out. And it got me so far, but my goodness, when I started investing in the proper help, my profits soared because I just shortcutted all of that effort, all of that time, and I went straight to the best quality knowledge, and it really helped me. And other people are the same. They know that trying to do things for free is just a long, slow, expensive way to less success. If you want to have fast success, pay for it. And there are people out there who will know that and will buy your course. So now you know that everyone can create a course. You know that you don't need to be a teacher to teach. You know that you can still sell a course even if there's competition. That you can find time to create a course. You can learn to sell it, and it's okay too if people don't buy straight away. And there's a market for paid courses, even in a sea of free advice. So let's look at the steps to take your course out into the world. There are 9 key things that you need to do if you're going to launch your course. So let's look at them. You need an idea for your course. You need an audience of people who will buy it. You need a name, a price. You need to know what to put in it. And as I said, importantly, what to leave out. You need to know how to structure lessons, how to build your course, what tech you need that doesn't break the bank. And finally, you need to know how to sell your course. Now, this may look like a lot of things that you need to get good at fast, but don't worry, you're not on your own. Because I've channeled my 6 years of experience in creating and selling courses, masterclasses, and memberships into a 4-module course that guides you from coming up with an idea to launching your first course. And the result of this is the popular Create and Sell Your First course. Now, I created this course in the first lockdown, I think it was last March I created it, after speaking to so many people who had lost their main source of income and were looking for a new way to make money. Now, I knew how powerful online courses and classes could be and how much money they earn TLC every month. I also knew what a huge learning curve you need to go through to start earning money from courses. And I wanted to give help to people. I wanted to help them to shortcut that learning curve and get earning more money and more quickly. So I ran the first cohort of this in April last year, and I've had dozens of people go through it, just like you, since then. Now, many of them are now earning money from their courses regularly, and some of them made back their investment several times over in their first cohort. So people like fashion stylist Sally Smythe from Queen Bee Styling. Now, Sally joined the first cohort of Create and Sell Your First Course after lockdown hit her face-to-face styling business. Now, Sally was really, really nervous about creating her course. The format and technology were all completely new to her, and she had never sold a digital product before. But Sally followed the process, and she trusted me, and she implemented the strategy that I recommended on the course. And she was delighted when she made back the cost of Create and Sell, it's a mouthful, Create and Sell Your First Course. She made it more than 10 times over in her first launch. Now, as you can imagine, it was a massive confidence boost to Sally and a much appreciated new income stream. So since then, she's had a second cohort of her course, and she even started creating paid masterclasses using what she learned from the course that I taught her. And her last masterclass completely sold out. So could you follow in Sally's footsteps and not just get your first course out into the world, but continue building on it to create an exciting new income stream with my help? So how does Create and Sell Your First Course work? So over 4 weeks, you'll work through 4 modules that take you, and they're all online, and they're self-study, that take you from coming up with an idea for your course to writing your marketing plan. So in week 1, here's what you'll do. You'll come up with an idea for your course that people will love and buy, and you'll test, price, and name it. In week 2, you'll structure your course and the lessons within it, making it really easy to build, even if you're a complete beginner. In week 3, you'll begin to build your online course using easy, free technology that I show you. So I know all the technology out there, and I kind of shortcut you to the stuff that I know works. And you can invest in paid versions if you wish, but if you're starting out and you want to do minimum viable product and you want to just test your course out without putting too much money behind it, I'll show you how to use free versions of technology. In week 4, you'll start selling your brilliant new course. We give you our 14-day marketing plan. That's the one that Sally used and the one my friend used on her course, and to make it wonderfully simple and show you how to run a sales webinar. Now, our sales plan doesn't require Facebook ads, but if you would like to run them and don't know where to start, I've also added a bonus module in which I guide you through setting up and writing Facebook ads to sell your course. Now, each module contains easy to follow practical content that helps you to complete each stage. It's all online and it's self-study. So it unlocks each week. You go and look at the online classes. You complete them yourself in your own time. So if you like doing it in the middle of the night, in the middle of the night. If you like doing it anywhere, you can look at it on your phone, on your laptop. You can do it anywhere at any time. But we also have to give you support, a weekly call for an hour in which you can get to pick my brain and get my help. If you can't make it to the weekly call, you can send in questions and I will send a recording out afterwards. Now, these calls are fun, and from experience, you will learn a lot from hearing about other people's experiences and blocks in creating their courses and the solutions that work. There's such a lot of value gained in those group experiences. And not only do you get a call each week of the course, but we also have a bonus call 2 weeks after it ends. So even if you fall behind, let's say, you start the course and, like something's come up in your kind of work or your home and you don't get through it, you can catch up, or we have a call 2 weeks after the campaign ends, the course ends, and you can get either help if you've fallen behind or real-time feedback on your campaign. And finally, throughout the course and afterwards as well, even after the course ended, you can still do this. You can ask a question within the learning platform and I will answer it for you. So even if it's 3 months' time and you finish the course and you're coming back or you're still doing it and you've got a question, I will happily answer it for you. So there's loads of support. I do give lots of support because I genuinely want you to get your course out there. My course is successful only if your course is successful. So I have a vested interest in you creating a brilliant course and selling it. It helps me and it helps you. So I do give you lots of support, and I'm really happy to help you if you get stuck. This is the most comprehensive, easy, and genuinely fun way to get your online course out into the world and start making money. And it's perfect for you if you've never created an online course and don't know where to start, or maybe you feel even nervous about trying. It's for you if you've tried to create one but got stuck or didn't finish it, or you tried to launch one but it didn't sell and you feel like giving up. Because even if you've got something, I can take you back to the beginning. We can just sense check all of those processes. Have you got the right journey on there? Have you got the right name, the right title, the right price? Have you got the right target audience? We check these things. Even if you've got something, we can help make sure it's really, truly sellable. So by the time you finish creating your first course, you'll have a really clear idea about how to get your sellable course out into the world. And you can even be marketing your first cohort. Because the process I teach you, you do not need to have completed your course to sell it. That's the idea. You go out and sell your course before you make it. So how lovely would that feel to be going out and selling an online course? Now, someone who knows exactly how this feels is Emma Rundle. Emma's a copywriter for Melting Pot Creations, and she used Create and Sell Your First Course to create her first ever course showing business owners how to write a blog. Now, Emma followed our process and advice, and this was something that she wrote 4 days after her launch. She ended up filling her first cohort really easily just by following the step-by-step process that I gave her. Another person who knows exactly how it feels to create a course people want and do buy is Catherine. As you can see here, she filled her first cohort of the course. She created and sold using Create and Sell Your First Course. And Emma and Catherine aren't alone in successfully launching and selling their online courses. That's just the start. If you want to stop there and simply resell your first course, that's fine. But you might find, like Sally Smye, that you catch the course bug. Once you realise how easy it is to create online courses and digital products that use your experience to help people solve problems, you can use Create and Sell Your First Course again and again to build new courses and even sell masterclasses like Sally. There really is no limit to how much you can make from online courses. You just need to know how to create a course that solves a problem and how to sell it. Which brings me really nicely onto a special bonus I'm offering for the next 24 hours. So over the last 6 years, as you know, I have been perfecting how to sell and online content that people love. Now, over that time, I've honed my own system. It's a clever, if I do say so myself, it's a clever Google spreadsheet I use to plan all my launches, and I track I measure all my conversion rates, I track everything. And I've created 10 easy to use tabs on which I plan everything from my avatars and emails to pricing and FAQs. This is the exact sheet that we use today in TLC to plan our launches. And for the first time ever, I'm sharing it in our course launch planner. Now, the course launch planner shows you how to get your own editable version of our planner spreadsheet and guides you through each tabs. Now, these tabs include results, in which that you've got formatted tables where you put like all your emails in, all your sales, your goals, and it tracks your conversion rate. So you can instantly see how each email is converting, how your whole sales campaign is converting. So you can go back and find out which email performed better, what time of day performed better. And you can benchmark, you can check your conversion rates against benchmarks. Is your campaign working properly or is it underperforming? And so then the great thing about this is not only is it a really satisfying thing to fill in when you're launching, when you have your next launch, you're basing that on knowledge, not guesswork. So you're basing it on, okay, these are the emails that worked, these are the ones that didn't convert as well. Why didn't they convert? Is it the time of day? Was it the subject line? You can see whether the people clicked on it, whether they opened it. It's my favourite tab. I will just stop because I could go on all day about how much I love that tab. We've got a task planner and a campaign planner that plots out when you're sending your sales campaign. You've got your sales projections, you've got avatars, and really importantly, your purchase objections. These are the things that you use to fill in your FAQs, really important section. Content ideas, I've got a really good content ideas tab in which I give you kind of 30 content ideas, and I give you examples that I use to inspire you to come up with brilliant content. You will never be stuck for content to sell your course, basically. And a content planner. and to plot your sales funnel as well. I even give you a sneak behind the scenes glimpse of a version we use. So I show you the version of this that I used to launch our recent online summit. We had over 1,000 people register for our online summit. It's really successful. And I show you the planner inside. I give you some sneak views of that and how I use that to plan it. So you can see how we personalize our own sheets for inspiration. Because basically I give you this sheet, which you can then go and edit as you want for yourself. And I show you in the course as well how to edit the sheet really easily. Plus, to make the course launch planner even more powerful, I've included 2 important bonus sections. So there is a class and worksheets showing you how to build a sales funnel for your launch, and how to use the GLPFS sales copy technique that I was taught at the advertising agency Ogilvy and Mather. Now, GLPFS uses 5 essential triggers that your copy needs to sell. And I guide you through that system with examples. So you can use them immediately in your sales emails, social posts, and your sales pages. And I even share our sales email sequence with you. And there's examples in there, so you can really see how you structure a sales email and how you structure a sales page with an example. So I just basically want to make this as easy as possible for you to have a really good launch. So here's what career coach Rebecca Wilding-Jones said of the planner. So having one master document with everything on it is a huge help. The course launch planner is full of ideas and is a brilliant step-by-step guide to follow when launching new courses. The results tab at the start gets you feeling excited, and you can start to see the impact and results for your business. I like how it goes further into the finer granular details and is a much easier way to assess results rather than trying to do this in different places. It brings everything together in one place, which visually is a lot easier to read and learn from. Now, you can buy the course launch planner on its own right now for £99, but because I like to reward fast action takers, if you join Create and Sell Your First Course in the next 24 hours after this webinar, I will give it to you for free to supercharge your course sales. So here's a really quick reminder of what you will get when you join us inside Create and Sell Your First Course in the next 24 hours. So you will get 4 modules that guide you from what on earth can I create a course about, to, oh my God, I just made my first sale. I'm so excited. It's such a great feeling, as you can gather from my acting there. A bonus module that shows you how to use Facebook ads to sell your course. 5 group video calls with me in which you get your questions answered, plus tons of value. A Facebook community of people all on the same journey, sharing their learnings and support. Plus, you'll get our brand new course launch planner worth £99. It gives you a replicable template for successful launches and makes writing your sales copy really, really easy. So how much does Create and Sell Your First Course cost? Now, I've seen people sell similar courses with less value, and I've done market research, and unproven content for £997. So I have seen a course priced at that. And if you were to add all the individual elements of Create and Sell Your First Course up, if I would sell these all separately, I would sell them at well over £1,000. Now, usually we sell Create and Sell Your First Course for £399, plus we're offering the bonus of our course launch planner. So if you were to buy this normally and to get separately, it would cost you £498. Because we're in lockdown, still, just about, and I want to make it easier and more accessible to build a new secure income stream that you can join this cohort right now for just £299. That's a saving of £198. And that includes the course launch planner. So that's £299 for Create and Sell Your First Course and a course launch planner together. If you want to spread your payments, you can also join now and get our course launch planner for free for 2 instalments of £199. So at this stage of I'm on my second to last slide, my tongue starts to give up. 2 monthly instalments of £199 if you want to spread your instalments. You also, again, if you join in 24 hours, you get the course launch planner free with that as well. But as I said, to get the full saving with our course launch planner for free, you need to join within the next 24 hours. So if you're ready to find out how fun and easy it is to make money from online courses with my expert guidance, please do come and join us inside now. It really is. I just love running this course. It is so much fun, and the people get loads of value out of it. And I love seeing what you create, and I love helping you create all your courses. So if you have a question, I'm going to open up chat and turn my camera back on. there's the URL. If you want to go now, it's talentladiesclub.com/course. There are, on the page, there are loads more testimonials about the course. There's I think there's about 10 kind of things people saying about how it helped them. So if you want to get an idea of the kind of people who've done it and the experiences they've got, you can see them on that. So it's talentladiesclub.com/course. You can see it on there. But I am going to come and just see. So I'm really happy to answer any questions that you have. Hello again. About courses. Let me get chat up here. So please do pick my brains, do ask me. I don't know how to, is that, I don't know if it is OEM or OM. I really apologise if I mispronounced it. You said, is that the same with traffic? What was that related to? Is that the kind of, was there the numbers at the top of the funnel? Is that what that question was? If you, I'm really happy to answer that if you clarify it. Sorry, the sidebar of shame. Do you know what, Zoe? Sometimes that creeps back into my habit. I've literally, this last month, I've had so much to do. I have just realised that I was back on the sidebar of shame. I had to ban myself again. That really is a confession, isn't it? But yes, like it is a real shameful. I'm going red now. Heidi, do you need to do videos to do a course? No, you don't. So I'm a writer, so I find writing easier. Also, what I find is that I prefer reading. I have ADHD for kind of, I've written about it, it's no secret. And I actually find videos really frustrating often because I find people ramble. You know, you'll open it up and it's a half-hour video and they're like, they'll spend 10 minutes kind of going, oh, isn't the weather nice? And what we do as human beings, it's natural to do that. But sometimes I just want to get to the content. So I find video content quite frustrating. Not everyone's, but sometimes. So I prefer written content because I can also just scan it and find the bit that I need. So I generally tend to, I do videos for, if I'm showing something, if I'm doing a screen share. So for example, in Create and Sell Your First Course, the majority of it is written content. Module 3 is more video because I'm showing you how to set up a course on Thinkific. So I do screen share and I literally show myself doing it. So that's when I do video. Another downside to video I found is that if something changes and you need to edit it, you have to do a whole new video. So I did, for example, I created a course. I used to call it Profit Love, which is my kind of flagship course. It's a 12-week course. And I decided to rename it because everyone who did it hated the name. I am really bad at naming courses. So people on the course hated the name of the course. So I changed it to W Profits. And then I realized I'd done intro videos for all of my modules and all of them welcome people to Profit Love. So I had to re-record all the videos. So the downside to video is that if something changes, or if you've done like an hour-long video showing someone how to set something up and they changed technology, you've got to redo it. So you don't have to do videos. It's a long-winded way of saying that. No, you don't have to. You can do it, and it's your course. And people love learning in different ways, and people gravitate towards different things. So if you don't like videos, don't do videos. Eva, good question. Are masterclasses the same as a course? You could, yes, a masterclass could be a course where it's just a one lesson, one module. It could be a mini course. I tend to just call them masterclasses. There's no clear kind of set definition on this. I call them masterclasses as rather than a course, but they are kind of an online course. So I hope that answers a bit of a vague reply. Okay, thanks, OM. It's Zoe, it's Mumsnet. Oh my God, yes. So Mumsnet, I'm a lurker there, but Mumsnet's MLM thread that I do, that I read when I go to sleep. I only allow myself that in bed when I finished work. And I don't comment on it, so if I commented on that, that would be it for me. I'll be in there. Joe, do you have to commence the course immediately? Okay, good question. No, you don't. So for this cohort, it starts on the 8th of March, and we'll do the 4 calls for the course. We'll go through those kind of weeks. But I do a call 2 weeks after the end of the course. And I do that because what I found is that there are just some people that are just a bit behind because life comes in the way. And even though you don't have to create the course during it, you just plan it. some people just weren't up to speed. So I wanted to make sure that everyone caught up. But also in every cohort so far, and I can tell you now, I promise you, I will do this cohort because I love running them. And by the end of the cohort, I'm just so into everyone's courses and I really enjoy the calls. I always do a bonus call when it ends. So I do another call 2 weeks after that call. So basically a month after the course ends, I do another bonus call. So that even if you start the course late, you've also, by the way, you've got, you know, as long as the course is there, you can ask me questions via Facebook group, via the course platform, and I will answer them. But I also do support calls later on. So I promise you, I can tell you now, I guarantee, I will do another call a month after whatever the end date officially is of the course. So even if you start it later, I will still help. So I was actually going to do this course in February. I pushed it back to March because schools are going back and I wanted to kind of give people more time. If you do this course and you don't start it in March, there is still support. You can still access calls to me. You can still access me via the platform and I will still help you, just because I really want your courses to work. So I hope that answers your question, Joe. If not, do ask more, but yes, you don't have to start it straight away. There is support after the kind of the 4 weeks the course ends. Fiona, really good question. Does it work? Yes, it works for live courses. You can create, and people have live courses as well as self-paced. You can create any course for this. You can also use it if you want to do live workshops. You can use it to plan a workshop you're going to deliver face-to-face. It basically, what it teaches you is it teaches you how to come up with a topic of the course that solves a problem that people want to solve. So it helps you come up with an idea. Then it helps you structure learning content. So how do you structure content so people understand how to learn it? Now that content can be delivered anyway. It can be delivered live, pre-recorded, written, video, through Mime. If you want to do a Mime course, you could do it through Mime. It doesn't matter how you deliver it or what subject your course is, it teaches you that structure. So it can be delivered in a face-to-face workshop, a live course, or a self-paced course. Katrin, very captivating. How much do you say need to budget set up? Okay, all these are all really good questions. So in tech, what I try to teach you is, because I know a lot of you are creating the first course, you might go on and realize that courses are really amazing and you want to do them, in which case you want to then invest. But if it's your first course, you don't want to sign up to a year's subscription to something or pay a lot of money. So what I do is I show you things that you can either do for free or very cheap. So for example, Thinkific, you can build a course for free on Thinkific. I'll show you how to do that. There are limitations on it, but there are always ways around limitations. So it's slightly a bit more hassle because there are limitations, but like I say, I show you ways around that. So you can create the course for free. Other things you will need is some kind of email marketing. Now, there are loads of companies do free email marketing. So MailChimp is the one that people used to use. I have to say, I'm not a fan of MailChimp now. I think other people have surpassed their products, become more complex. Like I find it really unintuitive. And they've really drastically reduced what you get for free on MailChimp. But there are lots of other things on there. If you do join and you're interested, or you can even go into your business club if you don't join the course and always ask what other people are using for email marketing, because I know people do stuff and they use stuff for free. That's really good. I personally use Drip and they have an affordable entry level if you've got a small list. But basically, you can do your course by the free version of Thinkific. You can do it on, if you don't have a paid Zoom, and you want to do videos, you can record it on Zoom videos for like shorter videos for free. You can find email marketing for free. So in theory, and you can use Zapier to connect things, and you could have like a teacher Zapier and Zaps in there, but a free number of Zaps. So you can set your first course up for free and test it out. If you want to invest in technology, I can show you which technology is good to invest in. So you can do it for free, and I teach you ways to do it for free. Oh, hi, Alison. Nice to see you here. You've got Profit Love on hold. You haven't done your personas. Do I need to do it before this course? No, your personas, Alison, I teach you how to do, you can do personas as part of this course. Nice to see you here. So Alison is one of the people who did the old Profit Love that is now called W Profits. And yes, Alison, you can do personas on this course. Doesn't matter if you haven't done them already. Heidi, thank you. I don't like going on video. yeah, like, I mean, I've got used to it now. I am really shy. So this is something I've had to get used to. Yeah, so those calls will start, what I tend to do is when people start the course, once I get the cohort together, which will be on the 8th of March, I will then canvass people for a good time for them, and I will go with like kind of the best one. What tends to happen if I get a really large cohort, so the first cohort I ran, I had like, I think over loads of people on it. So I did 2 calls because I wanted to make sure that I had enough time for everybody. I don't want 50 people on a call and people thinking, well, this is nice, I'm not getting my question asked and there's no time for me. So if I have a large cohort, I will do more than 1 call a week. And I find the best times for people. I find a time that most people can do. And I will also say, as I said, I answered earlier, I do calls after the course. Now, if I get a lot of people joining the course and saying, I've joined this cohort, but I'm starting 2 weeks late, I'm really happy to put in extra calls in and go, right, okay, so we've got a group of people starting on the 8th of March and a group of people who've signed up now, but are actually going to physically start it 2-3 weeks later. I can do a separate, and I'm happy to do a separate call system for you. Partly because I really love this course and I love helping you. And so like, it's not onerous for me to do these calls. In fact, it's something I really enjoy. So I will say to all of you on here now, if you're watching this and you want to join, but you're not ready to start on this date, join. And when I send the email out to start the course and I'm canvassing, I will ask if people want to start the course late. And I will do a set of weekly calls starting at a later date. So we will have the 5 weekly calls plus bonus call starting here, and then we will have another set. So I'm really happy to do that because I want to make sure you all get the support you need. Okay, that's okay. I'm not sure I can really compete with Tony Robbins. So again, like OM, I hope your name is correct. I went and spent money on Tony Robbins' course, very similar to yours. However, I spent more, and I wish I'd seen yours first. I hope the course is good. But as I said, there are courses out there that charge loads more. And in fact, actually, someone who did the last cohort actually emailed me beforehand because I'm about to buy a course in America. I think it was Amy Porterfield's course. I can't remember whose it was. Anyway, it might have been Amy Porterfield's on creating a course. I think it was about £2,000. And she said to me, can I ask you why your course is so cheap? It's again, pricing. I mean, should I be pricing at £2,000 maybe? So she was actually asking me, is your course any good? Because it's so much less than that course. And she actually joined my course and loved it. And so, yeah. So I know the courses out there are charging a lot more. I don't charge that much money because I genuinely want to help people. And I get enough people on, to be honest, I get enough people doing this course that I earn what I'm happy to earn for it. So it's an exchange for me. Like, I want to make it accessible to many people, and I love doing it, and I earn enough at charging its money because I do get the numbers on it. So Marie, average cohort size that people have run after this course. Gosh, that really good question. It really varies. So Sally, I mentioned, I think she had 11 on her first cohort. I don't know, I didn't ask Emma actually how Emma filled her first cohort. I don't know how many she had. So yeah, it really kind of varies. That's a good. I asked them how much money they make. I don't ask them always how many people. Like the friend of mine I mentioned that made the £20,000. She had 12 people. A couple of them she gave discounts for because they approached her privately and she knew them. But yeah, I think she had 12 or 14. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, she had about. So how many people? The cohort size depends on several things. It depends on how much you price it at, how many you want on your cohort as well. So yeah, I mean, to get 10 on a cohort is quite achievable. Even like if you think about the conversion rate, if you've got a list of 1,000 people, a 1% conversion rate is 10 and a 2% is 20. If that gives you and I generally find the 1 to 2% conversion rate does hold up if you get your marketing right. So Zoe, I would love to do a course on career comeback for women, having just come back myself. I don't have an email list to promote this. Would that be a problem? No, I do teach you ways to get around this. Not everyone has a large email list. So there are the marketing plan I teach you. I show you how to get people kind of onto a list. So what I would say to you, so I'm going to be honest, that if you have a list, it is probably quicker to fill your first cohort just because you've got people who are already in your funnel and who know you. If you're building a list, obviously you're starting from scratch. Now, that does not mean to say, and I've had people do this who've had no list and had sales. I've had people who had a tiny list. So my friend, she only had a 280 people on list initially. She got 200 extra people on. So she had less than 500 people, the one that made 20K. So she had a tiny list. And actually, 3 of her sales came from people who joined her list 4 days, I think 3 or 4 days before she closed her cart. So basically what happened with her is she did quite a high profile talk, and she's American in America. She had quite a high profile talk in America. That talk gave her 200 people on the list. And they were completely cold prospects. They joined her, she did a talk on the Thursday. They joined her list in 24 hours from Thursday and Friday. 3 of them joined up for the cohort that started Monday. So they were 3 completely, and they all paid, they all came, I think she gave them a slight discount because they were cold, but they paid £1,500 each, those people. So 3 people, cold prospects that weren't on her list at the start, all paid £1,500 during her course. So there's an example, Zoe, of the possibility of getting people on. If you get your course right, if you know there's a target market out there, if you know how to reach them, you can sell places on your course. I hope that answers your question. If not, please do let me know. Marie, yes. So if you email me, so hannah@talentedladiesclub.com, so HANNAH, hannah@talentedladiesclub.com, and any also applies to anyone else. So Marie basically says she doesn't get paid till Friday. If you email me privately and let me know, I will then give you the bonus even if you join after this 24 hours. So yes, if you want to join and can't do it now, and email me, I will extend the bonus for you. Do you cap the amount people sign up? Caitlin, is that to me or to generally? So I will tell you what I do, and that can maybe will help you. So I don't cap the people who sign up to this course. Some of the courses I do, not to this one. But what I do, as I mentioned, is that I do offer more calls. So like I said, my first cohort, I had more people signing up than I hoped. And so I then did an extra call because it's important for me that everyone who does my courses gets the result that they want. I'm not just interested in making money and kind of laughing my way to the bank while everyone else goes, well, that was rubbish, I had a really bad time there. So what I do is I make sure that I can deliver for all of those people. So if I do get a large cohort, I do more live calls to make sure that I can help everybody. So what I would say to you is, and that's the reason why some courses I do cap, because I, for example, W Profits, today I've always capped that because I the way I run that, I can't get that many people on it. So I cap some, I don't cap this one. So I'd say the same to you. Assess how you can help people if you have the capacity to help those people. So a course like this, where it's self-study but with live support, I can easily have a large cohort because I just make sure that I have more time in the week for those people, and I can give up that time. So that's what I would say to you, Caitlin. If that's your question for your course, just make sure that if you do have a large cohort, you can genuinely service those people properly. And if you can, what would that look like? In which case you don't have to cap it. If you feel that actually you can't work with beyond a certain number, then do cap it. Yes, Heidi, you have lifetime access. So like, for example, Sally, I mentioned on there, she went back when she created her masterclass, she went back to create her first course, and she went through the process again to create her masterclass. So yes, you can look at it in 3 years' time. It's always there. You're basically buying that content. As long as TLC exists and that course is there, you have access to it. The course platform, Thinkific, yes. So Thinkific used to give, they've got a free option. Then their next option up is $49 a month. Now the free option you can create 1 free course in it. You used to have to create 3, but like lots of companies, I noticed in lockdown, when everyone went online, everyone just changed their free option because obviously they had some people signing up to it. So you can now create 1 online course for free. So to get started in Create Your First Course, I can show you how to get a course online for free. Oh, Tracy is, yes, by Tracy was OEM. Thank you, Alison. Thanks, Heidi. Does this help you build your following email list? Yes, so it does help. Brilliant question. It does help you build your following email list. When we get to the marketing week, and that's why I do say that actually you can do this without a list, because I show you. So basically what I teach you to do is create a lead magnet. Now, the lead magnet is what you will go and put out on social media, guest blog. I invite everyone to come and write a guest blog for TLC or interview for TLC. Get your content on TLC because I can help you build your list. To get your lead magnet created, and I show you how to do this on the course, that's what will help you build a list. So yes, it does help you. We do help you build a list, and the marketing you go through will help you grow your following, and also Facebook ads as well. I don't recommend, if you're going out and doing your first course, I don't recommend in spending money initially on Facebook ads because it's a bottomless pit and you need to learn a bit about how people act. What you can do though, if you want to, and I show you how to do this in that module, is create a leads magnet to build your top of the funnel up on Facebook ads. So I show you how to create a Facebook ad that you can use for a lead magnet and what you need to do in the back end to create that, because that is something you can do. So you can start building a list with a really good leads magnet and then selling to those people. And I teach you how to build a sales funnel as well. So yes, you can build your list and I show you how to do that. You're welcome, Zoe. How many modules? Gosh, that really varies. So I do the kind of like, I would say like absolute maximum of 7. The reason why I say this is because what people tend to do, this is the classic mistake that I made in the past. And I think, oh, if someone's paying me, let's say £200, I've got to give them loads of stuff because the more stuff I give them, the more grateful they'll be. They go, wow, I paid £200 and I've got 16 million hours of content. As you'll realise when you do the course, this is the opposite of what you should do. People aren't paying for content, they're paying for results. So what I teach you, Heidi, is how to create a course with the least amount of content, because that is the best course. The best course has the least content because people aren't paying you to do work, they're paying you to get a result. So the way I teach is no more than 7. Absolutely no more than 7 modules, and even the content with those modules keep minimum because people don't want to do loads of work, they want to get a result. So that's something I really teach you in the course. So Eva, no, I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously you have a mailing list of people who know and love you. You've got a head start, absolutely, but you can sell courses without a mailing list or with a small mailing list. Sally Smythe hasn't got a huge mailing list, but she still made courses. My friend who made 20K had 280 people on a list when she started. You didn't need a large list or a list at all to get started. Thanks, Kitchen. I'm glad that was helpful. Heidi. Zoe, I'm converted. Thank you, Zoe. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the course. Any more questions? Happy to answer any more. I will just say, like, I love creating online courses. I was really bad. I wasn't bad. I was bad. I was great at creating content in the beginnings. I love teaching people. I was bad at creating courses because I stuffed them full of stuff. I was bad at selling courses. So no one on here will be as bad as I've been at selling courses. I've made every mistake. And I've learned, and I love creating courses. In fact, the course launch planner that you get as a bonus, I created just because I love creating courses. And I was like, I want to create something that helps people. As soon as I find something new that works for me, that's new, I then want to create a course to help someone else. So I love it. And I love running this course. And I cannot wait to help you all. And I promise I make to you is that if you join this course, if you do the work, I am by your side. I will help you. I will give you all the advice. I am as invested in your course being a success as you are. So I would love to help you if it's the right course for you. Brilliant. Thank you, Graham. I look forward to seeing you inside the course. And I'm going to let you all go now. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and get some lunch. And I look forward to seeing you all inside the course. Oh, sorry, I've just seen some Q&As just in case. Okay. Do you help with content at all? Yes. So that question, I do show you how to create content within the course, whether it's marketing content and course content. I do help you create it. If it's beyond that, like if, for example, you're getting stuck on it and you can ask in the live calls or you can ask in the Facebook group, I'm happy to do that, yes. Do the marketing plan work for SMEs as buyers? Yes, loads of people do. So there's B2B and B2C. So I'm trying to think, there's probably an equal split between them actually. So like Emma that I mentioned was B2B, Sally was B2C. So there's a real mix of things on there. Oh, Thinkific, Amber. Thinkific is a piece of software that you run your course through. So I run my courses on Thinkific. It's basically, it delivers content for people. So it's people can register on it. You can do a sales page on it. People register, it takes their money, and it delivers all the, it's wonderful. It's so, I used to build my own, and it was so painful and expensive. This is brilliant. So basically, it's a platform where you put your online content, you sell your content through, and it takes the money and it manages everything. It's wonderful. That's what Thinkific is. Okay, so yeah, I mean, yes, there's content in Heidi in, oh, how to spell Thinkific? Think, let me put it into here. I'm going to put it in here. Thinkific. There you go. That's how you spell it. Like it's terrific, but think at the beginning. Content help, yes. Like I do help also, like if you're thinking about content to use for marketing, I show you how to create it. And actually the course launch planner, just about course launch planner, if you're stuck on what to come up with, blogs, posts, social posts, anything, join the next 24 hours because the content planner shows you exactly how to do that. I give you formulas, 30 formulas with examples that I've done so you can see. So there's loads of help with content. Yes, and you always got my brain to pick because I'm the content queen. Like that's what I do, TLC, content. So yes, really happy to help. So if there's no more questions, I will go. And like I said, looking forward to seeing you inside the course. And have a lovely day. Oh, I see you on here, Joe. And see you all soon. Bye.